Welcome back to the Ferris Sports Update. I'm Harrison Watt here, standing in for Rob Bentley, who is yet again in another meeting here on taping day as Ferris State football continues to work their way through the NCAA playoffs. Here on the Ferris Sports Update, we're going to talk a little bit of Bulldog hockey as well as Bulldog soccer coming back from the Final Four. But first, joined by head coach of Ferris State football, Tony Annese, moving on to your fourth consecutive Final Four. It's ridiculous to think about.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, my guys just keep on grinding. You know, they just they're fighters, and they have huge expectations for themselves as a team, and that's what happens, I guess. So Final Four again, which is in my mind incredible.
You know, I felt like you go on the road to play Grand Valley, and this is the second time where I think the two best Grand Valley teams since I've been here, you've had to go on the road to play them in the playoffs this year and back in 16. You find a way to beat them. You find a way to beat them without probably your three top wide receivers on the outside. That's tough to do.
Yeah, it's been miraculous. You know, you look at, I mean, we're the Super Region 3 champs, okay? So look at going back to it, Northwest, Pitt State, Grand Valley, Ferris State, and the narrow margins of all of the games that were played amongst those people. And then in the regular season, again, the narrow margin. So blessed to be able to call ourselves Super Region 3 champions, and very proud to move forward with this squad.
To take a look back at the highlights here, kind of the tale of two halves. Grand Valley State, I thought, played a really great game, especially in the first half. Their defense really gave you guys a lot of problems. I
thought they were sharp on both sides of the ball. Obviously, the special team score that we basically had was huge for us, but I thought, you know, they threw the ball well. I thought they ran the ball well. I thought they mixed run and pass effectively. You know, and so at halftime, it was like this is a result of the block punt that Mason Pline had. But at halftime, I was like, man, this could be like a struggle. And then the second half, we really came out and played great ball.
In the first half, what maybe was the issue on offense in the first half? Because Grand Valley's, you know, they are a very talented defense for one, but were there any things you could point to that you guys weren't doing well enough on offense?
Well, first off, we didn't have the ball a lot. So on the first possession for them, they went 3 and out. We scored on a one-play drive. Then they held the ball for a long time, and then we stopped them finally. Then we went 1 first down and out. And so we didn't have the ball much. And, you know, they did some nice things. You know, Cade was pretty sharp, and Avery Moore here is scoring. And he, you know, he came back for this game, and he's definitely a big force for them. So it was challenging, and we didn't have great field position, and they attacked us a lot. And so I thought at halftime we did some real nice job with some adjustments and able to move the ball more effectively in the second half.
Two guys in particular that really seemed to take over the game for you guys. First, here's Avery Moore into the end zone. This is kind of at the end of the first half when Grand Valley's going to go up 14-7. But in the second half, C.J. Jefferson and Malik Mitchell both put on massive performances to take over this game.
Yeah, they did. You know, just gritty. You know, C.J. had a couple sweeps where he took the ball and just turned square and just was aggressive with his runs. And Malik did a nice job of just, you know, just splitting the defense and running the ball. And here they've got a pressure package. It's a great job by their defense here. But, you know, here Malik, you know, it's one guy free, he beats the guy, and he just kind of tries to get to the end zone, and you know, this is key. And then we get third down again, and here we run a quarterback draw, and he takes it to the end zone.
He knows on that play he's going to get hit, but he says, I'm taking this myself and going headfirst into the end zone. What's that say about him just as a guy that he is willing to do whatever it takes at that point?
Well, it really says exactly what you say about most of our players on our squad. You know, we're just tough guys, and he's one of the leaders of the team, and he sets that kind of standard high. Here's a huge play after they go ahead by a touchdown. Dion Small returns the kickoff back to midfield, gives us a short field. We had 2 fourth down conversions there. Des just barely missed getting that touchdown, but that's CJ just turning square and Carson taking the end zone to tie the game up.
So you're tied up at this point in the fourth quarter on the road at Grand Valley, and you guys drive the field. A couple of huge plays. This is an incredible play by C.J. Jefferson.
It is incredible, and you know, our defense came back out, held them to a 3-and-out. They punted to us, and these are back-to-back plays where CJ turned square and made a great play, and then Malik down to the 10. And at this point in time, my mindset is just, you know, use the clock. If we score a touchdown, we score a touchdown, but at the very least, give Steady Eddie a chance to kick a field goal and win the game for us.
Here's the game-winning interception on the Hail Mary attempt. Grand Valley throws it into the hands of Sintel Williams. Ball game. You guys are moving on to the Final Four.
Ball game. My 400th game as a head coach, and special, man. I mean, that's one that you mark down as, you know, just a huge win under a really challenging situation, and really proud of the way we played.
You know, you and I texted a little bit yesterday about this. I don't think we've said enough about Eddie Jewett. Eddie Jewett's kicked back-to-back game-winning playoff game field goals. You haven't had a guy ever do that in Bulldog football history.
Well, I don't know about that. You probably would know better than me, but just really proud of Eddie. You know, the long snapper came on here as a walk-on. TJ Railing he's done a miraculous job for us. The holder's Brady Rose, redshirt freshman, and the kicker is a true freshman, and Eddie Jewett. And we hardly play true freshmen. Normally, true freshmen, you know, end up redshirting, but Eddie's been really a confident kicker, and I had all the faith in the world that he was going to make that field goal.
Yeah, you were able to line him up from just about 18 yards out, so didn't give him too much work to do, but obviously a lot of pressure going into that student section, a great field goal, and now you move on to play West Florida, a team that you saw in the 2019 semifinals here at Top Taggart Field, a rematch of that game, and they've still got some guys from that matchup as well. You've got a couple of guys left on your roster, and how much you're looking forward to the opportunity to go and get one here.
Just happy to you know, be able to again be a part of the Final Four. You know, it's you know, if you equate it to the NCAA basketball tournament, or now I guess the Final Four in the football tournament, but they didn't play to get there in the football tournament. They just were handed that because of their season. But if you go back to the NCAA basketball tournament, you know, Final Four is like Final Four banner, Final Four banner. So one, we should be celebrating the fact that we are in the Final Four, and two, the opportunity one game away from winning and getting back in the national championship game and going to Texas, which, you know, they won the national championship in 19 after beating us in 19. So the last two national champs are playing here at Top Taggart with a chance to go to Texas.
You know, quick one for me here, but against Pittsburgh State, you win the game, and it's not a given you're going to get another home game after that point because you were a 2 seed coming out of your region. You win the Super Region 3 championship. I think the committee understood just how good you guys are. How fortunate do you feel that you get to play this game at home?
Well, I feel very fortunate. As I assessed, you know, who would be hosting, I felt like if Angelo State beat Mines, that Angelo State would host. But then everybody else had a loss, and our strength of schedule was so superior. And then Super Region 3 was so strong, and we had to beat the MIAA champ and the GLIAC champ to be able to be in the semifinals. That's what we did. And so I thought the committee would, you know, give us a home game, whether we're a 1 or a 2 seed. But then beating, you know, when Angelo State lost to Mines, I'm figuring, you know, we're going to be a number 1 seed, and we were.
Coach, thanks and congratulations.
Thanks, Harrison. I appreciate it.
Stay tuned. More of the Ferris Sports Update coming up next.